I'm actually really shocked to be following Candy Club because there's a bunch of parallels that hopefully I can get to at the end. All right, so my name is Andrew Ringlein. I'm the president and founder of Communi3. We've actually been around for 6 years, and we were founded in the Web 2 space to create a single centralized location that could manage communities across all social media platforms. So we developed a platform that let you manage your Twitter, your Discord, your Twitch, your YouTube, your Facebook, and have tools to grow and engage a community. We really built it with gaming companies in mind. Gaming is a giant industry that really needs community engagement and community feedback. And so we built this one platform to manage all of the other social media platforms and help generate growth. Well, we had a lot of success with creating explosive community growth in the gaming world, but it wasn't the type of really financial success that we were looking for in this company. So we kept improving on our software and improving on our software, attaching to more different platforms, finding new ways to incentivize growth and engage people. We started using tokens, not blockchain tokens, but off-chain. And then last year, about 11 months ago, we went to an event in Miami, a DeFi event. And we went around to different booths there. And we showed all of the booths. It was just like this kind of event as well. We showed all of them what we were doing, what we had built, this platform to manage and grow communities. And when we showed 30 booths the software that we had built, this Communi3 software, we found we had 38 people who were incredibly, incredibly interested in using it. And the reason that number is 38 and not 30 is 8 people overheard us talking to the 30 booths and said, no, I need that too. So we realized that we had accidentally built a software for Web3 that was even more suited for a world that we didn't even know existed. We spent several months retooling our technology, and we relaunched in the Web3 world. And the idea is that we can use this software to manage the social media, the Discord, the Twitter, the YouTube, the TikTok, can manage all your channels, can manage your community. It can give you data and insights on your community, and it can help drive explosive growth. Now, when we launched in Web3, we immediately said, okay, what are the biggest names out there? These are the people we want to go work with. Let's see, who are the biggest names? The biggest names are like Yield Guild Games and The Sandbox. We went and showed them our software. They signed up. We immediately had massive and incredible results. The Sandbox is one of the biggest gaming entities there is. When they started using our technology, it 34 times their social media engagement overnight. They turned on a user acquisition feature, and it more than tripled their user acquisition over the course of a weekend. They turned on Discord engagement feature, and it more than 200x'd the amount of Discord engagement they had. This is one of the preeminent gaming companies that has massive engagement and cares a lot about all of these things, and our technology went and amplified those core KPIs for them. Now, we've had similar results across Web3, and then about 5 months ago, we decided to launch our own community. We used our own technology. We went from a 0 Discord to 100,000 Discord in 3 weeks with human beings who were genuinely engaged. We went from a Twitter of 0 to 110,000 in about 3 weeks with humans who are genuinely engaged. This is because we created a gamification system that uses tokens, it uses rewards, it uses a lot of premises that are being used by mobile games. How do you retain users and take them from doing one thing to another thing to another thing and keep them doing things that you care about? We found that if we get someone to do even a single action, they will almost always do at least 8 actions. If they do 8 actions, they're very often going to take 40 actions. Well, the question is, what do you want your user to do? Do you want your user to engage in your game more deeply? Do you want them to recruit 3 friends? Do you want them to post about you on social media? Do you want them to go make a YouTube video? Whatever it is you want them to do, if you make it simple and you make it gamified, you can create quests and systems that will pull users through that. And so we've developed this gamification system over the years. We've now applied it inside of Web3, and we've had really amazing results. Now, that takes me to a GDC convention earlier in the year. Now, I have had the privilege of consulting with many of the top gaming companies in Web3 and helping to deploy our software for how to maximize their engagement with their communities. But I found that there was something missing. there was something missing from these companies. They weren't thinking, actually in the way that Candy Club is thinking, about other people's assets. They weren't thinking about how do we create connections between the Web3 world. Almost everyone looks at marketing and says, how do I bring a bunch of people and then put them in my backyard, right? I want to recruit people and bring them to go do my thing. Well, we live in a decentralized world, and it's less about getting people to come into your backyard, and it's more about how do we connect to things that are already out here. And we were seeing a real lack of that. Well, then I went to a GDC convention, and there was a room like this one. It was packed because it was earlier in the day. And a speaker got up on the stage and said, hey guys, who in here is using other people's stuff? Who in here is building a game using other people's NFTs? And in this case, I could say, who here is using other people's tokens? And there's someone here doing it, which is an exception. Back in that room, not a single hand went up. When the speaker said, who here is using other people's NFTs in their games? Not one hand in a room of 300 people went up. And I was stunned, because there are so many communities, there are so many tokens, there are so many entities out there that actually need to be connected together. And everybody is looking at capturing it for themselves and then putting it in like their own backyard and wrapping their arms around it. Well, after seeing a room full of developers who were all incredibly focused on just building their own thing, not about what anyone else is doing, not about connectivity, I left that room and I got together with a number of my colleagues and I said, hey guys, what's the actual ideal game model here? What can we do that can actually create, not a metaverse, but what can we do to connect all of the games and all of the communities together? How do we drive community engagement using the software we've already built, using the techniques that we understand? What would we do to connect everyone together in the way that like Ready Player One is visualized? And we built a model for a game. Now, we began building this game in stealth. And back when the bear market hit and the crypto really crashed, I began to wonder, okay, we have this game coming in stealth where we've employed all of these advanced techniques, and we think this is going to change all of Web3 gaming. We think we can go displace everybody who's out there. Like, there's nobody out there who's built something that I think we can't displace with this engine that we're building, but we haven't launched it yet. We're in the middle of this crypto bear market. How do we fight the bear, as Candy Club said? We said, you know what, why don't we launch a game, and we're going to use one of these techniques. We're going to use just one technique. We're going to make a game. We spent $5,000 on a game. And we launched this game with a zero marketing budget. We spent $5,000 in a game. We launched it with a zero marketing budget. In 1 week, this game became 3 times more played than any other game on Solana. So how many games on Solana have a $40 million investment pool? How many different games are there on Solana? Solana is one of the 2 really big gaming networks, right? Like, are you surprised to think that like we went and launched a game for $5,000 that literally kicked everybody's butt? 3 times more played than any other game. 1 week of marketing, 0 spend. We used one of the techniques that we've created inside of this game. And if I can play a trailer here, let's see if this is actually live or not. Okay. Okay, so you saw a quick trailer here, some gameplay footage in there, not a whole lot. This game idea is using all 5 of the techniques that I've come to understand, how to engage, how to grow virally. This game was built in stealth, and then it was started to be marketed 4 weeks ago. Now, we're in the depth of a bear market. If you say, hey, bear market, how do you make money in a bear market? Well, first, parent company Communi3 has been adding customers to our engagement software at a faster rate in the bear market than we did before. So our revenue is going up, our success is going up. I don't know that Communi3 is really being affected by the bear market other than things change. Then we also have this game. How is this game going to be affected by the bear market? Well, this game is actually using other people's NFTs. So it's actually not our NFTs that we sold for people to play the game. We actually invited the top 10 DAOs from Solana to come play. 5 of them being blue chips like Taya Robotics and Solana Monkey Business and DAA, and then 5 of them being hyper-engaged gaming DAOs like Honeyland or Rude Golems. Those 10 DAOs come and play in this game for that prize pool. By using that as one of our marketing techniques, we immediately lined up all of Solana, not all of Solana, but a massive portion of Solana, to be incredibly, incredibly interested in playing this game. And then we launched a collection, and we said, hey guys, you don't need to buy our collection. Like, I seriously have been on so many discussions where I'm like, no, this is not about what we have, this is about what you have. This is your game, this is for other people to play using assets they've already owned. They already own NFT assets. You already own NFT assets, come into our game, come into our PvP RPG game and play your own assets. And by the way, we also have a collection over here. Well, it turns out when you invite people to play with things they already own, they really appreciate that. And they want to come and buy the thing that you have also. So with very little marketing, we dropped a collection and we raised $2.7 million last week. Now the top collection in recent history has raised, I think, $500,000 on Solana. I believe we've raised 5.5 times more money than any of the other collections during the bear market. We did it with a game, which is actually normally harder to do, and we did it with not any marketing budget, several weeks of notice. I think we had 3 weeks from the point in time we exited stealth to the point in time that we actually sold our collection. Our game is actually going live today in terms of the beta. We have people fanatical to play this game because they're using things they already bought. And one of the analogies that I say when I'm talking to people in the Web 2 world is, what is this game? Well, there are people who already own Mercedes and Porsches and different cars that are sitting in their driveway, and they've got nowhere to drive it, right? We made a racetrack and said, hey, listen, come and drive the cars you already have on our racetrack. Come over here, and we're not selling you a car, and we're not even charging you to come to the racetrack. But we have all kinds of things around. If you want to buy something else, you can, right? Well, now we've got people who own Porsches and Mercedes coming to our racetrack because there's no other racetracks. There are people who own NFTs. There are people who own tokens that don't have things to do with those assets that they own. We created a game to leverage those assets. And by doing so, it becomes its own incredibly powerful viral marketing tool. So the game that we have launched, Rifters, you're hearing it here for the first time. If you are at all involved in gaming, you are going to be hearing about these techniques. Over the next 6 months, over the next year, people are going to copy what it is we're doing. We have 5 different things we're doing. I don't know if all of them will get copied, but I'm sure at least 3 of them will get copied by most of the top game companies once they become more public. Because we have extensive, deep history doing engagement games and working with the top companies, and we extracted what the best techniques were, and we put them all into this game, and it's going to change Web3 gaming. Whether or not this game becomes the biggest game ever, the techniques for sure will be, because they are revolutionary and much stronger than what other people are doing. It's why I'm shocked to have followed Candy Club here, where they're talking about using other people's tokens. That is actually a very powerful marketing technique. Now, they don't have to go market to bring those users in with those tokens. Other people will do that. That is incredibly strong in the Web3 space. So I'm here with essentially 2 companies. One of them is Communi3. It is software that drives engagement. So if you have a project that needs to drive engagement, whether you're gaming or something else, that is a software that you can leverage. It's a fully white-labeled solution. So we have 600,000 users in that solution, more than Magic Eden and more than OpenSea combined. But you'll never know that you're in our software because it's white-labeled for other customers. That company is going into an IDO within the next few months, and we are here actually looking for people who are interested in that IDO. The other company, which is Rifters, which is the game company, doesn't really need funding of any kind. We have an ETH drop coming up that's probably going to raise another 4 to 5 million. That company is not doing an IDO anytime soon, but we are also potentially looking at investors.